Thanks to Alin, one of our community subscriber. He was very nice to come here with the bike, with the new Honda NC750X, and allowing me to make this dashboard review for you. I have here all the informations. Stick around until the end of the video to find out everything about the dashboard. It is time to guide you through the instruments of the new dashboard for the Honda NC750X 2021. First of all, let's explore a little bit the dashboard. We have here the fuel gauge on the left top side. Then comes the time, 12:59. Then we have here the gear indicator, the tachometer, which goes on the red line at 7,000 RPMs. The speedometer, the gear position indicator, the fuel gauge. It will blink when you're running out of fuel, or it will come on the reserve. The reserve tank has 3 liters, so you can make around 50-60 kilometers until the next petrol station. We have here on the right side the info display 1 and the info display 2. Now let's navigate a little bit through the dashboard by pressing the mode button. Basically, with these 3 buttons, the mode button, the select up and down, you can navigate easily through the complete dashboard. So let's start with the riding mode over here. Now we're pressing the mode button. We are in the riding mode menu. So with the mode button, we go first to the riding mode menu. Then we go here to the info display 1, info display 2, and back to the riding modes. From here, from the riding mode menu, by pressing the select button up and down, we can navigate through the riding modes. And we have user, from which we can select the power, the engine brake, and the traction control. The rain, which has less power, less engine brake, and quite a lot of traction control. The standard mode, which is basically the power, the engine brake, and the traction control. It's at quite a medium level. And the sport mode, which delivers you the most power, the harder engine brake, and less traction control. Now let me show you how you select your user modes. So while you are in the user mode, I told you how you select it. You have sport, standard, rain, and user. When you have this user, you press continuously the mode button, and from here you can select from multiple choices. For example, power 1, 2, 3. You put the power to the maximum or to the minimum. Is depending to you. To confirm, press the mode button and you go to the engine brake. You will like the engine brake to be 3, 2, or 1. Let's put it higher, and then we go to the traction control, which is 1, 2, 3. Also 3 settings for each of this feature. And the D mode 1, 2, 3. We have basically 4, if I don't mistake. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 settings for the drive mode. And then to go back, you have to continuously press the mode button and you are out. The drive mode setting will appear only for the DCT version. For the manual version, you're not gonna have this drive mode over here, the D mode. Now let's go to info display 1 by pressing again the mode button. As you can see here, we are in the info display number 1, and I'm gonna show you exactly what kind of informations you're gonna find over here. The first information, what you're gonna see here from the info display number 1, it's the total amount of kilometers, the odometer, the total amount. By pressing the select button, you get another information. Then it's the date. You can change between the informations in the info display number 1 by pressing the select button. You have the odometer, trip A, trip B meter. Also, you have the trip meter A, trip meter B. The date, this with minus trip means subtraction trip meter. Also, when you're gonna reach the empty fuel tank, you're gonna have a reserve indicator, and it will show you how many kilometers you've done with the 3 liters which they were left in the petrol tank. To reset all these informations, to reset trip A, trip B, all these informations, you have to press and hold the mode button. Then everything will be reset. For example, trip A, you press and hold, and zack, everything it's back to 0. Not the other ones. The other ones are still okay, but each single information you would like to choose, the computer will be resetted by pressing and hold the mode button. Now let's change back to the info display number 2. We press again the mode button and we go to display informations number 2. Let's navigate a little bit through it. We have the average fuel consumption, which is displayed over here, and it shows you the average fuel consumption. The fuel consumption, how many liters exactly have you consumed. Then the average fuel consumption, time, the running time, the trip time, and as a new thing from the display which is shown now, it's the battery voltage meter. Now we have 12.5, and when the bike is running it goes until 14.4, 14.5, something like this. But it's a new information which the dashboard is showing, the battery voltage. So basically this is it. Also the reserve fuel consumption we have also. So just to make a resume, we have the current fuel mileage, average fuel mileage, fuel consumption, average speed, the reserve fuel consumption, battery voltage meter, running time, and trip time. This was the info display number 2. Now let's go a little more in detail and see the instruments which are actually allowing us to make more advanced settings, like the adjust mode, line mode, and SP mode. To enter in these modes, we have to press the select button either up or down, the select button either up or down, together with the mode button. To enter in the menus, you have to press the select and mode button simultaneously. Doesn't matter if it's down select or up select, and the mode button has to be pressed simultaneously. So basically we're pressing this, and we have the adjust. We have here the adjust indicator blinking, which means that now we can enter in the adjust menu by pressing the mode menu. So basically now we are navigating with mode, which mode confirms our choice. And with the select, we can select, for example, now in the clock we can select 24 and 12 hour displacement with the select button. So now we're using the select buttons. Now we confirm with the mode button. Here is the date, which we can change. With the select we change, with the mode we confirm. Select is changing, mode is confirming. So basically mode again, and we have there upwards over there, we can change the date and the hour. 24, 25, 26. With mode we confirm. And this is the visibility of the dashboard. High it's 5, 4, 3. We can actually make it even more visible. Let's put it at high. And the lowest will be at 1 or 2. We can choose it. We can put it, for example, in 2. This is the Honda Immobilizer security system. Now it's on. We can put it off if we want, but we don't want it off. Then we put it OK. And trip A reset. This on trip reset means that the trip A will reset automatically, and we would like to have it resetted automatically or not. Let's say it will reset automatically. For example, these are the units which we would like to see. We have mile per hour, kilometer per hour. We have to choose it. We choose kilometer per hour. Then liters per 100 kilometers or kilometers with a liter. This we have to change. Let's leave liters per 100 kilometers. This is the fuel consumption indicator. Now we have the trip. We can basically with this function minus trip, we can select, for example, a number of kilometers. For example, let's put the number of kilometers until the next revision, the next oil change, and we can put, for example, I don't know, 8,000 kilometers, 7,000, 5,000, and the bike will know in the indicator display number 1 how many kilometers we have until we reach this amount of kilometers. But for the moment we leave it like this. We don't want to change nothing at the moment. And this was basically the adjust mode display and the options from this one. So let's resume what we can change from the adjust button. We can change the time format setting, the date setting, the clock setting, the backlight brightness, high adjustment or low adjustment. We can also change activate or deactivating of trip meter A, average fuel mileage, fuel consumption, average trip meter, automatic reset mode. This we can change it. Then we can change the speed and mileage unit. We can change the fuel mileage meter unit and the subtraction trip setting, the one which you can place until your next revision, for example. And these are the informations from the adjust mode. And basically the big sub menus are adjust, which I already showed you. Then comes the line menu, which I'm gonna present next, and the last one it's SP menu. Let's go in the line menu by pressing the mode button. The instruments what we can change from the line menu are the shift up rev settings, the shift width setting, the time sign setting, fuel sign setting, and switch sign setting. So first of all we have the switch up rev setting, which we can change with the select button. We have 58, 56, and 60, which means basically 6,000 RPMs, 5,400, 5,600. We leave it at 6,000. Then it's the shift width setting. Then it's the time sign setting. The time sign setting off and on, the fuel sign setting, which can be on and off, the fuel sign setting, let's leave it on, and the switch sign setting, which is on. Let's speak a little bit about each of this setting. Shift up rev setting, you can adjust the shift up point. The tachometer bar and the RPM value, it's multiplied by 100 in info to display start flashing, and the message of shift rev scrolls. So basically each time the select button or the select down button is pressed, the tachometer bar and the RPM value increase or decreases by 200 RPMs, as you can see here, from 6,000 to 500, 800, from 6,000 up to 5,800, then to 5,600. So it decreases it's decrease or increase by 200 rotations per minute RPM. When the set value exceeds the allowable range, the set value automatically returns to 4,000 RPMs or 7,000 RPMs. And now with pressing and selecting and holding the select button up or down, you can advance to the RPM faster. The available range setting is from 4000 up to 7000. The next one, it's basically the shift width setting. The shift width setting, you can set the interval RPM from flashing point to shift up point of the multicolor line. Basically, you can set the interval RPM from flashing point to shift up point of the multicolor line. You can see over here in the upper part. The tachometer bar and the RPM value in Info 2 display will start flashing, and the message of shift width scrolls in Info 1 display. So just to make an idea, when you read the instruction, on the right side it's Info 1 display, on the left side we have, on the left bottom side we have the Info 2 display. Let's leave it as it is. This is the time sign. You can display the time with a multicolor line. When the minutes of the clock change from 59 up to 00, the multicolor line will blink 3 times when the setting is on. So basically, when the time will change, you will know by with a blinking button over here, you're gonna know that the time is changed. And another function is the fuel sign. You can set the fuel sign with a multicolor line. When the first segment of the fuel gauge starts flashing, the line will light in amber for 15 seconds when the setting is on. So maybe you will see an amber color on the multicolor line, and you will know that you're running out of fuel, man. The switch sign setting, you can set the switch sign with a multicolor line. When the select button up and down and the mode button is pressed, the multicolor line will light briefly when the setting is on. The switch sign is set and the display will return to the ordinary display. Let's put it on, switch sign. And basically these are the functions for the line mode. Now let's go in the SP mode. By pressing the mode button, here we can change basically a personalized message, and with the select button we can change the letters, the numbers, and we have basically 3 words and 6 letters. We have another mode over here which will basically show us the informations through the multicolor line. There is a line, as you know, on the upper right corner of the dashboard, that multicolor line it's called. And basically according to some settings which can be sequentially set, like the color off mode, the rev up linkage mode, white color mode, the rev up linkage mode, color mode, echo mode, gear position linkage mode, and riding mode linkage mode. basically all these informations will be displayed through a color, and what color that multicolor line will show you, you have to remember the setting which you place by yourself. For example, let's say echo mode. When the multicolor line will be green, then you know that you're riding in echo mode. It's similar with the previous model when you had the gauge rev indicator. When it was green, you know that you're riding the echo mode. Now we have this multicolor line which will show you that you are in the echo mode. Let's give it just a review of this multicolor line setting, just to know how it's done, and perhaps you would like to change it or not. To enter in this mode, you have to press and hold the select down button, then press the mode button, and then press and hold the mode button, then press and hold the select up button. And now you can see here we have some settings: echo mode, gear, mode, off, rev W, rev C, echo, gear, mode, and so on. So we're gonna enter in every single mode to see what it will display us and what we can change from these modes. The color off mode, the rev up linkage mode with white color, that's what that means. Rev up linkage mode, white color, rev W. We have the rev C, which means rev up linkage mode, color mode. We have the echo mode, which is basically easy to know what is about. We have the gear position linking mode, and we have the riding mode linking mode. Here are the modes. When the number of engine revolution reaches the shift up point you have set, the color of the multicolor line blinks in white. This informs you the indicator to shift up, you know. So basically this is I don't know how useful is this feature to change this color modes on the multi-line mode. I don't see so many usage of this one. It's similar with the previous model when you had different colors of the rev indicator gauge. So yeah, basically you decide if you would like to go more in detail and change these color blinking modes. And here on the right side you can change through the neutral, drive mode, automatic and manual mode. To turn the traction control off from the user menu, just a second, let me show you. You go to the T over here. You have, for example, 1, 2, 3, then 2, 1, and if you press the minus select button, then you can see over here that you've deactivated the traction control. And this can be set from the user mode. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was useful for you. Trying to make the dashboard review is not as easy as it looks. We have to cover the sun with this expensive piece of furniture from my car. And here we have to cover to be able to reach the colors and the visible dashboard.